Hello! Hello, everyone! RPG Kingdom Kid here, back with some more AI the Somnium Files, nirvanA Initiative. What phenomenon do you like? There we are. In the previous video, we did another Somnium. Now we're here at the Naix headquarters.
That's the nonupal X, the symbol of Naix.
Nonupal means consisting of 9. You know how there's single, double, triple? Nonupal is the 9th.
So nonupal X means 9 X's?
Seems so.
Did you know that Naix is derived from 9x lozenge? Lozenge referring to a diamond shape. In other words, Naix means the 9 X's of the diamond.
I like your voice. Class, I won't call that a doll. Strange statue. What should I call this? A pond, maybe? Sure, not a river. We'll go with the pond for now. This reminds me of the. This reminds me of the This reminds me of that of the fishing thing in not fishing, of the
Why would they make
pond
something
in
like this indoors?
the pond in at Sajima's place. So Sajima's
Who knows?
place in the first game. All right. Yeah, we did this.
I was only hired recently. I don't know much about it, really. Yeah, but I'm also her bodyguard. I used to be a bodyguard for a certain politician until the end of last year. He was a piece of human garbage.
Isn't he dead?
Slugged him in the face and resigned. Then ended up here thanks to an acquaintance introducing me.
Oh, is he not dead? I thought So Sajima died.
Something funny. There, I said it.
Haha.
Your badge.
That's something phony.
What is this? A vaudeville routine? That wasn't funny at all.
I could wink psych him, or I could wink psych her.
Judging by the way you asked that, I assume that's Jin's estimated time of death?
Well, yes.
I was in Okinawa from the night of the 8th. I had a seminar to attend on the 9th and 10th. I returned to Tokyo late last night.
I checked the logs for hotels and airports, for smartphone access points, and the security footage for each location. It's true that Tokiko was in Okinawa from the 8th to the 10th.
So she has an alibi.
As long as you presume Jin's body wasn't brought back with her from Okinawa.
I had a very hard time finding the place. After all, Naix is a secret organization hidden from the public.
That's a good thing Boss just happened to know someone who knew this location. Otherwise, we would have been out of luck.
Even after I got inside the building, it wasn't easy. The guards, the security gates. If I hadn't met Mamoru at the entrance, I probably wouldn't even have made it to this office.
I know about Abyss, and I know it's trustworthy. That's why I let you through to talk to the president.
Considering the fact that you are here, I assume it would be pointless to hide it. Indeed, I had my subordinates create that video. Bats 490 was an ARG, just a game. But there was a high-level encryption hiding a message within.
Your voice
We
is
have been
familiar
seeking
and I know
high
it, but
IQ
I can't
individuals with
trace
the
the name of
capability
it.
to decode it. The purpose was to recruit them into Naix.
So this QR video was made for the same reason?
I am aware of that video. I saw it on the news. However, it's completely unrelated to Naix. I assume someone made it with the intent to imitate Bats 490.
What do you think, Tama?
Hard to say on that alone.
Anyway, I was surprised. I had heard of Naix, the secret organization, but I thought it was just an urban legend.
So if you guys are in,
I can't believe it actually exists.
Yes, there has been all sorts of gossip about us. Some claim we're a secret society of Satanists, or that we have something to do with a sequence of binary code that came from space. But that's all nonsense. Made-up stories that become more and more embellished as they were passed on. Rumors are quite a terrifying thing. Naix is a perfectly legitimate ideological society. Our headquarters are located in New York, with many branches in cities throughout the world. This is one such branch.
Chikara?
Do you mean the man from Horodori Institute of Genetics?
So you do know him. I'm actually here because of a tip I got from him.
Chikara is under arrest?
No, he was just released earlier. We didn't have enough evidence to keep him detained.
I see. Chikara is a former member of Naix, though this was over 20 years ago. When he left us, he became an avid believer in the Order of Percent.
Order of Percent?
It's an organization
that's not
split
spelled
off from Naix. You could say they are a sect. The Order of Percent is a religious sect, whereas we are an ideological society. Despite our common roots, we are heading in completely different directions.
Then how did Chikara know that Naix created Bats 490?
I wouldn't know about that. Perhaps he asked an acquaintance from Naix.
I kind of want to wink Psych, but at the same time...
This is a common misconception, but Naix is not a religious organization. We are a group of like-minded individuals who act together based on a certain understanding of the universe.
And that is?
The simulation theory. Have you heard of it?
That the world is an artificial simulation of reality created by someone or something. That's the theory.
You're saying everything in this world we're living in isn't real?
Yes. It's a false world constructed with specific rules by a program. And if it is made by a program, there must by necessity be imperfections, edges, or seams. To find these seams, or to create them, is our objective.
Why would you do that?
If you tear at the seams of a cloth, it will unravel, and a hole will be created. Thusly, we will tear at the seams of the program until it is unraveled, and its people are emancipated. That is our ultimate goal.
This old hack has completely lost it.
The intersection between the warp and weft. That's where the seam can occur.
I don't understand.
You will someday. It is a prophecy. It will be fulfilled eventually.
What is that?
It's a hand sign we
symbol?
use. It's meant to resemble the sign behind me. By the way, would you mind if I asked you a question?
What is it?
Are you perhaps a Freyer?
Freyer?
Frey. Thought I heard that
I
somewhere
am
before.
asking the person within you.
What?
I will ask you one more time. Are you a Freyer? I see. Then I must have been mistaken.
What is a Freyer? Frey.
Is this breaking the fourth wall? Was she asking me? Or was she asking Tama? I am so... Like, what is this game?
Right. I remember
How
now.
do you say yes to
It was
that?
written on that sign.
Frey to free.
Oh.
Frey can mean fight, but it can also mean to wear out or tear.
Remember what Tokiko said. Their ultimate goal is to break down this world and emancipate its people.
Miss Shigure, are you sure Naix didn't make the QR video?
We did not.
But the word Frey was written on that sign in the QR code.
We of Naix are only involved in Bats 490, which we created half a year ago. We are not the ones who created the QR video. The word Frey being displayed on that sign must be a coincidence.
That can't be just a coincidence.
Oh, but it can. After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation. A false world created by a program. And such programs
Oh God,
always
she
have
is
some
breaking the-
glitches lurking under the surface.
I think she's somewhat breaking the fourth wall in a way with this. It's like she knows like this is a game.
We call such glitches seams. Coincidences like this are a manifestation of such glitches. Proof of imperfection. Proof of the seams. The appearance of Jin's corpse is also likely to be an example of such phenomenon.
What?
Are you familiar with the Philadelphia experiment?
Yes.
It's a top-secret military experiment that's said to have taken place in the American city of Philadelphia on October 28, 1943. A powerful electromagnetic wave was fired towards the USS Eldridge, a destroyer-class warship.
Yeah, the
Supposedly,
Eldridge.
the reason for doing this was to conceal the ship from showing up on radar. But as soon as the experiment began, something strange happened. The Eldridge was enshrouded in a greenish mist, then
I don't
vanished.
know. Nope, never mind. I don't know if this is real or
It
not.
appeared at a military port in Norfolk, nearly 200 miles away from the shipyard in Philadelphia. Sometime later, it reappeared in its original position again.
So you're saying it teleported?
Well, it's nothing but an urban legend. Just an occult story with low credibility.
Let's tell my story directly
Yes,
to
when
Tokyo.
the USS Eldridge returned to Philadelphia, there were several sailors on board, but some of them had melted like a rotten banana, while others ended up with their bodies entirely burned and blackened. Others were said to have merged with the steel hull, their bodies having become a piece
Yeah, no, I don't
of the
think
ship.
this is a real
Does that
experiment.
sound
Never mind.
familiar?
You mean Jin? Are you saying his right half teleported here?
It isn't impossible. If a seam was torn, that is.
Impossible.
Maybe I should have said I was a friar because I'm a fighter. I don't know. I completely forgot that that's what it said on the thing. Yo, Gaia Park. You hear that clear my head?
You like this park, don't you, Ryuki?
I feel calm when I'm around nature. It's like I can feel the buzz inside me quieting down. Tama, what do you think about what Tokiko said earlier? Is something like teleportation really possible?
Hey, come on. I told you the Philadelphia experiment is just an urban legend.
How else can you explain what happened with Jin? We can't deny that his right half suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Jeez. Then why don't we find out for ourselves?
What do you mean? You want to go to the studio right now?
No need. Just close your eyes.
My eyes?
Just do it!
Okay.
Maybe I should have winked sync with one of them. Thought I'd get another chance before we left, but nope. Whoa.
What the? Did we teleport here?
Are you serious?
We're in Studio De Vita, aren't we?
It just seems that way. We're not actually there. Last night, I scanned every nook and cranny of the scene. What you're looking at now is what I replicated using that data.
Ah, nice,
It's
nice,
like
nice.
I'm
Smart,
actually
smart,
there.
smart.
The corpse looks so real.
Want me to put a mosaic over it?
Uncensored is fine.
Now, less digressing and more investigating. Your objective is to solve the mystery behind the sudden appearance of Jin's right half.
All right, let's start looking around.
Virtual reality activation. Alright, this is new. The VR allows you to walk around the scene and gather information. Autonomous special vision modes such as X-ray mode can be applied to everything. By changing the special mode, what you can inspect will change. Utilize this to find the hidden information. Oh wow, I'm actually moving around as him. Camera. But I was showing the entire world through this camera. There's an electric kettle here.
Maybe it's for having tea during breaks.
I'm glad they like have stuff that like shows up like, hey, this is all, like, these are things to investigate. It's a big monitor.
Looks like it's
here.
there so the performers can check how they look on screen.
Podium used by the quiz show host. It's a set full of dazzling
These aren't
lights.
good for much other than for show.
Normal or X-ray, okay.
Wow, I can switch to X-ray mode too.
That's because I've gathered all data from the scene.
Before we do anything. The MLB TV logo and a huge
The
monitor.
questions for the quiz also show up here too. Huh.
I feel like I'd be cheating with someone like this. Shows the contestants. Seat for the contestants. Are there mannequins back there?
I wonder how deep this sign is embedded.
What do we do at times like these?
Right, the X-ray.
Confirm the stats before the body combusted. The end of the signboard that stat in the corpse can be verified with X-ray mode.
Like I mentioned yesterday, Jin's estimated time of death is 6 o'clock on February 9th. Based on the time his corpse appeared, it should be about 40 hours ago. Rigor mortis seems to be fading already. It's not completely gone yet, but the body has somewhat softened at this point. It should take more time to get to this stage if it's been on a rooftop in the winter. That's why I think this corpse was kept indoors, someplace warm.
Corpse discovery situation. Rigor mortis was already fading, and the body had somewhat softened by the time it was found. There's mannequins behind here too. You can see the back of the set. There are a bunch of mannequins here.
What's this? There's something inside the body.
3 things catch my attention. First, a mixture of potassium chlorate, sulfur, and red phosphorus.
Oh, that's how the body exploded.
This is probably a fire starter. It would ignite very
How did we not
easily.
notice that when we
The
X-ray
fuse is
visioned it
coiled
the
up and
first time?
extends from there. By the way, the fuse includes an oxidizing agent, so it can continue to burn even inside the body. And finally, at the end of the fuse is a powder mixture of iron oxide and aluminum. This is a substance that causes a thermite reaction. When ignited, it creates heat of
How
over
did we not
3,000
see this
degrees
the
Celsius
first time we
and
examined
burns
him with X-ray
violently.
vision? Inside the corpse is fuel that goes off with even the slightest impact. A fuse as a substance that causes thermal reaction.
The bottom part of the signboard is stuck pretty deep in there.
There's a bit of a curve at the tip. Kind of like a man's, you know what?
His dick.
Couldn't you have compared it to a fishhook or something?
Well, it won't come out easily. Whoever stuck it in probably didn't want it pulled out.
Of course not. A signboard would be useless unless it's standing.
It's useless unless it's standing?
Let's not go there.
No, that's not what I meant.
Signboard was stuck in the corpse, so it's difficult to remove.
What's this? Getting a better look at it, it looks like something tied to his waist. It's like a spider's thread. No, even thinner.
My analysis concludes that this is a CNT, or carbon nanotube. Graphene sheets with the thickness of a single carbon atom. These were rolled into a cylindrical shape to make these nanotubes. The diameter is about 0.4 nanometers.
And why didn't we get this point
A
out
single
before either?
nanometer is 1/1000th of 1 meter, so it's not visible to the naked eye.
What? But I can see it.
That's because this thread is made by bundling multiple CNTs. I've also enhanced your vision so you'd be able to see it. By the way, CNTs are extremely durable.
Then why didn't you point this
They're
out?
elastic and hard to break, and it's said that their theoretical maximum tensile strength is 50 times that of steel.
okay, here's a few things. Is like, how is this nothing? If Tama knew that this was a thing when we first saw the body, why didn't she mention it? And B, how did we not notice the other stuff inside of his body when we x-rayed him the first time? I don't know. I feel like that's a bit of a... It's supposed to be a shock value type thing, but at the same time, it's like, but we x-rayed his face. Why did we just x-ray his face? Why didn't we x-ray the rest of his body? And why didn't we mention that stuff? I don't know. That just seems a little bit of a little off to me.
Anyway, where is the other end of the CNT connected?
Above? Again, why did Tama never point this out to us? We're the killer. Or we're the killer, that's why.
That way. Over by that red lamp.
What kind of dance do you like? I wish I knew which one of these things gave me the ones I needed.
What's this?
It's the light switch.
The CNT is tied to it.
The CNT extended from the corpse was threaded through the ceiling beam and tied to the light switch. But unless that light switch didn't matter, is that what caused the explosion?
Okay, it looks like we're pretty much done investigating here. Using the clues we've gathered so far, we should be able to solve the mystery.
You mean the mystery of how Jin's body appeared? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
The truth reenactment allows you to find the truth with the information you have gathered. Answer Tom's questions with the best answer. Only by correctly answering her questions will the truth be recreated.
Let's get on that now. First thing, about that power outage when the body appeared. Was it really just a power outage?
I was wondering about that too. The lights came back on way too quickly. Plus, if the power did go out, the stream should have cut out at the same time.
But the stream went on, no problem.
So it wasn't an outage. The lights were switched off.
So how did the
Right.
lights get turned off?
Well, I think I know what did it.
The body. It's one of the
There were
corpse-
bundled CNTs tied to the body.
Yeah.
They were routed through the ceiling beams and onto the light switch.
But a dead body can't pull strings.
No, but it can fall. From the ceiling, I mean.
Now that you mention it,
Yeah.
I thought I heard something hit the floor right after the lights went out.
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on the CNT, which caused the light switch to turn off.
So on to the next question. The corpse was hidden up in the ceiling, right? Then how did it fall?
Soon the beams were damaged. Dropped it from above. Rigor mortis softened.
The culprit must have been hiding up in the ceiling, and when the time was right, they dropped the corpse.
A simple answer, but no.
Oh, fuck
I've
you.
already confirmed that no one was up there. Can you think of some other way?
Rigor mortis softened? Yeah.
The culprit used the mechanism of the body softening after rigor mortis. The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like a bridge between two beams. It would stay up there while the body is still stiff. But as time passes and rigor mortis lessens, the corpse softens.
And that's what made it fall down. Now for the
I should've
final
realized it was
question.
that.
Why did the body explode and burn?
Gee.
Well, that can be explained by using the X-ray mode.
Gee, is it the stuff that we for some dumb reason didn't see the first time when we examined the
It's because of
body?
the contraption set up inside the body. The ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction. The substance was eventually ignited, causing a huge
I like this.
explosion.
I like this. This is
So
a cool
that
thing.
interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse.
I like this. I like this because now we're actually playing as, we're actually playing as our character. Unlike in the first game where all we did was, click on things. While we're actually, in this one, we're actually moving around as him. So That's kind of cool. I like that.
I get it.
I like this new thing
It
too.
was hard to find traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
All right, I think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
What do you mean?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
Actor. Okay.
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting. So keep that in mind.
Are we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor! Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Academy Award.
Academy? Like the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this started! Ready? Action!
Do I have to do some QTs here?
Hi! I'm, the culprit who killed Jin. Now, prepare to witness an amazing show featuring this corpse.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
I am an amateur.
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Let's start with the positioning of the body. Where and how was it placed?
Well, it was right here. The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like this because it was stiff from rigor mortis. So that's how they did the light trick.
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body. The
Somehow,
CNT
which-
went up the beams and extended downward.
Which for some reason wasn't brought up to us during the initial
Onto the
investigation.
light
but I
switch.
digress.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to
But
subside.
you did, and you didn't tell me for whatever dumb reason.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in character?
Boy! I sure hope the corpse gets softer soon. It needs to be soft and squishy. Like an octopus.
Like an
This scene makes
octopus.
no sense.
I'm cutting it out.
You made me do it.
And after time passed, rigor mortis began to subside.
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it. The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the lights.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere. Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives.
Kaboom.
And that is the truth behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion.
Cut!
Good work! I got some nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary.
Yeah, I like this. I like this little bit. This is cool. I mean, that last bit I didn't really do anything, so.
It all makes sense now.
Does
that
it?
corpse didn't teleport here after all.
Of course it didn't. Though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Just like the Philadelphia experiment. Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign. All so they could spread that QR video.
Anything else to look at here? Doesn't seem like it, but. was standing there, so it seems. I thought about the time rigor mortis was subside. For the reason the corpse cross section was facing downward.
The culprit must have wanted the body to fall during the live stream, right? It would have been pointless otherwise. But could they really predict when rigor mortis would dissipate so accurately?
The culprit didn't put the corpse up on the ceiling beams while it was completely stiff. It had to have been after the body had started to soften, just slightly. That way, they could estimate that the body would fall in a few hours or so.
Okay,
The
that makes more
stream was
sense.
scheduled for a whole 6 hours. The culprit was fine as long as the body fell sometime during that period.
Yeah, I feel like they wanted it to fall during the period we were on.
Their goal was to make it seem like a supernatural phenomenon. That's why they couldn't leave the CNT on the scene.
Because it would give away the trick?
Right.
So that's why they caused a thermite reaction and destroyed the CNT.
And yet, how did we not know that it was there? CNT is highly flammable carbon material. It didn't stand a chance against 3,000 degree temperatures, but it bound with oxygen to create carbon dioxide, which helps extinguish the flame. Yeah, again, why did you not point this out to us beforehand?
That body fell from the studio ceiling. If it fell sideways when it landed, the culprit's plans would have been ruined.
Yes, like you said, it would have been pointless
probably why the
unless
sign
the
is
sign
so
was
deep
standing
in there.
erect. Just like a man's you-know-what.
Again with that joke? Besides, it is not useless when it's not erect.
Exactly.
What?
There was another purpose to the sign. It's the same reason darts and rockets have tails.
I get it.
Yep.
The cut surface would naturally face the ground because of that sign. It was meant to control the body's posture as it fell.
Yep.
So, to wrap it all up, the culprit's motive was to make this seem like a supernatural phenomenon and to spread the QR video, right?
I don't know if that's all there is to it, but probably.
What's the point of the QR video?
I wonder why Jin was chosen.
Who knows?
Where could his left side be?
It hasn't been found yet. Anyway, starting our search with the people who might have the intel we need is #1 rule of investigation, right?
Like who?
Jin's right half was up in the studio ceiling the whole time we were shooting the show. There must be someone who knew about it, or at least noticed it.
You mean... the director, Shinpei Wagai.
Right.
Where is he now?
I've tracked him down using his smartphone GPS. He's in Akihabara right now. At the maid cafe Sunfish Pocket.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's get going. Sunfish Pocket. Are we going to see Zero on here again? Like we did in the first game when we went to Sunfish Pocket? Ah, yeah, there it is. There's the 999.
There he is!
Ah, shit!
Damn!
Why? Why? This is dumb. Why?
Ryuki!
What?
Ryuki!
I did the right thing. It said left. I went left. Or did it say right? But this is dumb. If I'm being honest. Oh, I did go the wrong way. Whoopsie. What the fuck, man?
Firing your gun in here? Are you insane? There are customers and staff in here.
My bad.
An apology is not gonna cut it.
Several people have called the authorities. The local police should be here soon.
Hey, can't you just let me go?
What?
I told you, my girl's pregnant, right? I can't go to jail! That's why I accepted his offer in the first place. I needed money to take care of my kid.
Accepted whose offer?
Some guy named Terror. I don't know his real name. Haven't seen his face or heard his voice either. All my contact with him was through Nile.
What did he ask you to do?
He said...
I want to borrow the studio for an hour or so on the 10th before you start preparing for the stream. Do not let anyone near the studio during this time. That includes you. All you need to do is keep the entrance unlocked. That's all. I'll pay you $5 million. If everything goes well, I'll pay you on the night of the 11th.
So me and the staff haven't met this Terror guy at all. I don't know what happened in the studio either. I had no idea that was gonna happen.
Come to Class 3A at Sekiaba High. You'll get your money there.
Class 3A at Sekiba High.
Ryuki!
Yeah, let's go.
I always forget that you have to click on that. Who's dead? Okay.
The director of Horodori Institute of Genetics. Chikara Horodori.
Well.
No way. It can't
Fuck.
be.
Okay, well, here's the start of the serial killer then. Nothing to be done. Ikumi Shrine.
Mr. Date told me about this shrine. This place is so full of nature. Just like Yoyagi Park. It's just calming here.
I see.
Tama, would you mind giving me some support?
What do you mean?
I've been thinking about Chikara's murder.
Are
How
you
was I able
sure
to stay
you're
up like
okay,
that?
Ryuki?
What do you mean?
I feel like all of this has been taking a huge mental toll on you.
I'm fine. More importantly, can you recreate the crime scene for me? I just need to close my eyes, right?
Yeah, but... Fine. I'll play along. You are technically my master. I can't disobey your orders.
Thanks. Let's start then. It's perfect. It's just like the real thing.
I learned how to do 3D modeling in a correspondence course. Back when I was a student, my grandma told me I should learn a skill set.
Alrighty. Oh, but this one's not walking around.
Ryuki, can you not rub your face on it?
I'm not!
Is 3A the room where Iris and them were? Yeah, imagine coming here. music is really good.
Chikara's right side. The cross-section is stuck right onto the blackboard.
What's
How,
the estimated
though?
time of death?
Based on the time the body was discovered, that would make it about 4 hours ago.
So, around 8 p.m. on February 11th, right around the time we were meeting with Tokiko.
I'm sorry, Ryuki. This might freak you out, but there's something I have to tell you. Will you hear me out?
What?
The thing is, this corpse is so cowardly that...
It has no guts!
Okay, I got... That was a good one. That was a good one, Tama. That was a good one.
I know. That was so bad. The joke was over before I even said it. But I just had to do it.
That was
I
a
mean,
good
look,
one.
The corpse is completely missing its guts. I couldn't let this chance pass me by.
Oh, Tama. The reason the corpse is on the
Looks like
blackboard
there
is
aren't
because
any
it
other
doesn't
clues
have
here.
eternal organs anymore. The open space inside the body has a lower pressure. Okay. What? Damn it. I didn't expect it to go auto like that.
Well, satisfied?
What Uma do you like? Mothman. So, I'm curious then. Is this whole what the fuck? That's crazy. I'm curious. If I had picked this other side, would I be playing as Mizuki then? And this is all Ryuki's side. That's actually pretty interesting if that's the case. And I think learning, Tokiko, president of Naix's Japan branch, flow of water, flow of time, X, diamond-shaped bugs, glitches, dislikes none. Hobby, simulating theory research. Skills, prophecy. President of Naix's Japan, a believer in simulation theory. She sincerely believes that the world she lives in is fake and was created by someone. She has no interest in living a long life in this world. Dislikes men, manliness, testosterone. Hobbies, making scrapbooks from tabloid magazines. Self-defense, martial arts. Previously worked under So Sejima, but is now the security and bodyguard of Tokyo Shiguri, president of Naix Japan. Not the best in personality, but is loyal to his employer. Can't fault him for that, I suppose. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 more people to learn from here. More softening. So rigor mortis sets in, but then it also softens? I did not know that. So we have 2, 4, 5. So it seems.
I think he was lying about the money. Terror probably wanted someone to find Chikara's body.
You mean he wanted Shinpei to find it?
Not necessarily. It might have been for the police. Terror might have predicted that someone from the police would contact Shinpei. I checked the footage, but I didn't see anyone suspicious. Of course, that place is huge, so there are plenty of areas the security cameras don't cover.
Any cameras on campus?
None. Do you remember what Gen said? The security at Sekiba High is completely lacking. That's my assumption. I can't think of any other suspects.
Just who is this terror?
I wouldn't be having so much trouble if I knew that.
It can't be Tokiko, can it? Tokiko was with me at Chikara's time of death, and she was in Okinawa during the incident with Jin.
Yeah, at the very least, it seems unlikely that she did it personally.
But something has been bothering me. I feel like Tokiko is involved
I was supposed to say
somehow.
she probably is involved. She probably
Chikara
knows
was
the
a member
culprit,
of
kind of like how
Naix,
So
and he knew about
knew
Bats
the
490.
actual culprit of the Cyclops killer.
That's not all. The appearance of Jin's corpse was made to seem like a paranormal phenomenon, as if the same thing from the Philadelphia experiment had happened.
After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation. A false world created by a program.
Could she have done all this to give her claim credibility?
I don't know, but it's possible.
Fucked up if that's the case.
In any case, let's go see Tokiko. I have to talk to her.
Understood. We've come this far. I'll back you up until you're satisfied.
I've been
Hello again.
expecting you. I thought you would be arriving soon.
What do you mean?
I mean, I knew you would come see me. The symbol of Naix, the non-Yapal X. There are 4 unseen X's hidden within. They represent the truth of the world you live in. That is yet another meaning inside the non-Yapal X.
I mean, I see all 9 X's, so 4 unseen X's. Are they I think they're talking about these 4, like this. The X is right in the middle. Like you can tell that there's X's on the corners, and of course, obviously the big one. But then you have the big. Then you have the X's afterwards. I like the music in this room too. Ah, I can't do the thing anymore.
As you know, this is the president's office at
Can't
the
do the
Naix
wink
Japan
psych.
branch.
The world is full of rubbish. Such things should all be washed away. That was my thinking when I designed this room.
You designed it.
Yes, the flow of water cleanses one's heart, just like the flow of time.
I know I've heard your voice before, and I just can't place your name.
These aren't sunglasses. It's a fairy's black bra.
What a degenerate.
Not really. She's a kind woman. But I obviously wouldn't tell you even if I did know something. As her secretary, it's part of my job to protect her secrets.
Mamoru is an excellent employee who faithfully fulfills his duties. I have complete trust in him.
Can't really fault him, I
I'm honored
suppose.
to hear that. I respect you from the bottom of my heart as well.
Gag.
Gag.
I've solved the mystery, Miss Shigure. Jin's right half didn't teleport. It was just made to seem that way. It should have been obvious when you think about it. Teleportation? It's impossible. We live in a simulation? This is a fake world created by a program? Impossible. Simulation theory is nothing but occult nonsense. Just a ludicrous myth like UFOs, ghosts, and Kappa. I'm sure there are people who'd like to believe in these things. And there are groups who profit by making people believe.
Mr. Ryuki, it appears as though there's been some misunderstanding. We of Naix have nothing to do with this.
Are you sure about that? All the pieces would fit together if Naix is the one that made the QR video. The falsified paranormal phenomenon, what was written on the signboard, it all advances your agenda. Could it be that you wanted to spread the QR video by showing that sign along with the corpse on stream?
As I've told you, we are not the ones who made the QR video. What is the purpose of the QR video in the first place? Are you saying there is some message urging people to join Naix in it? No, I don't.
Then do you know about Terror?
I've heard that name on the news, yes. This is about the culprit, is it not?
Yes, but...
I have absolutely no idea who it could be. I'm sorry I can't help you, but... I know of the incident, of course. However...
Yes, I know you have an alibi. We were here, having a conversation during the time of Chikara Horadori's death. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're completely innocent.
Exactly.
You are
bitch.
the president of Naix. Surely you have plenty of subordinates who can do your bidding.
Are you implying I ordered someone to kill him?
It's a possibility.
And what would be my motive?
Well...
Remember what Tokiko said. Chikara Horadori is an avid believer in the Order of Percent. Their
Right,
order
the
and
Order of
Naix are heading in
Percent.
completely different directions.
Perhaps Naix and the Order of Percent are hostile.
I see. You're suggesting there was a conflict between organizations. It is true that Naix and the Order of Percent have differing beliefs. However, we are not at odds with one another. Both organizations believe in the simulation theory. In that respect, we are comrades. We are living in a simulation, a false world. And from this false world, we seek emancipation. That is what Naix believes. On the other hand, the Order of Percent, we are living in a simulation, a false world. But they wish to remain imprisoned within it, forever.
Forever?
Mr. Ryuki, have you ever played an open-world game where you play as a criminal?
A game that lets you
Oh,
rob,
lordy.
murder, blow things up, leave a trail of debris wherever you go. An absurd, heinous game where you can freely commit all sorts of horrible crimes.
Here we go. Here comes my theory of what if we're the ones that are actually the villain.
I've never
but
played
do it
anything like that,
unconsciously.
but I know what you mean.
Then you can understand. If this is a false world created by someone, then the Order of Percent believe they can do whatever they wish. To them, this place is a true utopia. A dream world where they're allowed to do anything they want with no real consequences.
That's why they want to live here forever?
Exactly.
I get it. That's why
Right.
Chikara was researching immortality.
But that kind of going on that is like if they believe it's a simulation and they can do whatever they want, then I don't know, maybe there's I don't know, the whole simulate. Oh, you live in a simulation. Like, nah, grand. It could be coded in a way that you have a life cycle and all that stuff. So they're trying to cheats, make glitches type thing to break out of it. So
In theory, using Purge, even immortality is achievable.
can't believe we already got our
The
second killer.
ultimate dream that humanity has been yearning for thousands of years. It will
Thousands
soon
of years.
become a reality. What do you think? Isn't that wonderful?
I am aware that Chikara was very particular about immortality. However, I will say one thing. One must not believe in eternal youth. Eternal youth is a lie.
I can get that.
By the way, Mr. Ryuki, do you remember what you said earlier? Simulation theory is nothing but occult nonsense. That is clearly false. The simulation theory is not occult. It falls within the realm of science. In fact, many esteemed scientists have given serious thought to the matter. The theory was originally proposed by a Swedish philosopher.
Yeah, I know this is a
However,
real
The
thing.
concept has been around since long ago, even as far back as the days of Plato and Zhuangzi.
Swing
This
say.
world may be an illusion. At least, there is no way to prove it isn't an illusion. There are great people throughout history who have held such ideas.
But there's no way to prove it is an illusion either, is there?
No, there is plenty of science to support it. The holographic principle, theory of relativity, the measurement problem in quantum theory can also be considered proof.
Ow. Stand back on an absolute pervert wearing a black bra on his face.
Even light cannot escape a black hole. I'm
Right.
sure you've heard this before. Information is the same. It cannot escape a black hole. It's known that the amount of information trapped in this way is not derived from the volume of the black hole, but the surface area. Considering this, you can conclude that information in a three-dimensional space is stored in the boundary of its two-dimensional surface. In other words, all information stored in this universe is encoded in a single flat plane, just like a hologram. Regarding gravity and other physical processes, they can be completely accounted for through the laws of physics defined by the boundary surface. Let's take a character from an action game, for example. When that character falls, you may think he was pulled to the ground by gravity. However, gravity does not actually exist in the game world. Only code that was written in the program. The character's body is merely made to show as if it fell based on its code.
You think this world is the same?
The holographic principle is not a theory. It is a principle. It has already been mathematically proven.
Say this world really is a simulation. Then that would mean a computer or something that's running the simulation exists somewhere, right? But it doesn't seem realistic that everything that happens in the universe could be derived by calculation.
Yes, you are right. However, there is no need to calculate every phenomenon, only what observers see and experience. Take the measurement problem in quantum theory. It explains the inexplicable phenomenon observed in the double-slit experiment. Quantum matter appears as particles when observed, and as waves when not observed. For the latter, its position cannot be specified because it exists as a stochastic wave.
But how can something be one way when it's not observed if no one's observing it?
Therefore, it must be calculated and processed as the entire wave, and is impossible to reduce. The faster an object moves, or as the effects of gravity increase along with the increase in mass, time progresses slower, as I'm sure you know.
And that's related to processing speed?
Yes. When the load during calculation is increased, a phenomenon akin to a processing failure occurs. That is why nothing can exceed the speed of light. The calculation wouldn't be able to catch up if acceleration is infinite.
Let me explain the double slit experiment. We shot a ray of light towards a board with two slits with a screen behind it. This caused the rays to be distorted to look like stripes, but this is because the light has the property of a wave. Then what would happen if we shot light molecules one at a time? The light molecules will show up as a dot on the screen, but continuously doing this, the stripes reappear. Why is this? The light molecules are only being shot one by one, so the board shouldn't have an effect. The next part of this experiment was done using a detection device to see which slit the molecules went through. This caused the strips to disappear and only two lines appear on the screen. Isn't that interesting? When it's not being observed, they appear as waves, but as soon as you try to observe it, they appear as lines. This is the gist of the detection problem of molecular theory.
I see. Then let us leave it at that.
Wait, no!
In any case, there is no denying that the simulation theory is true. But unlike Chikara, I have no interest in the concept of immortality, because my objective is to tear at the seams of this world and emancipate us all.
So you mean dying?
No. Death and emancipation are completely different. I have no desire to commit suicide, though I would be fine with dying at any time.
Because this world isn't real.
There is that, yes. However, there is another reason. If I wish to do so, I can resurrect myself.
How?
We are living in a false world created by a program. Therefore, if we can rewrite its code, we can create miracles, like reincarnation, or even bringing someone who has already passed back to life.
Has this woman lost it?
I don't know if she's completely had it.
Ryuki, you were right. There's clearly a lot of reasons to be suspicious of Tokiko.
Yeah. Let's check with WingSync.
I saw everything. If you don't do as I say, I'm sure you know where this is going.
What is this?
Looks like Tokiko is blackmailing someone.
What is it she saw?
I don't know. This is as far as we can get through WingSync.
Then...
Yes, let's get a deeper look into her mind. Using a regular sync.
Okay. Oh.
Ryuki, just to confirm, you did get permission, right?
Yes, she accompanied me voluntarily and...
No, I meant from boss.
I haven't seen Boss. She wasn't in the control room.
It's fine. I'll be sure to talk to her later.
I don't think this is a good idea. Besides, you don't look so good, Ryuki.
I'm fine. So please, I need more leads to solve this case.
But you... Oh, fine. I'll help you for now, but I won't be held responsible. Deal?
I think we'll be going into the sink right now, if I'm being completely honest.
Look, Ryuki, please just don't cause any problems. You can only stay in Somnium for 6 minutes. I absolutely need you to follow this rule.
Yes, understood.
Okay then, let's begin.
I kind of want to go back to the previous section and look at all those other things first. So we might go do that. I'm not going to do the Somnium in this part either, so...
I wonder if this is the Naix president's room. It's really white, though.
Let's make an acronym poem with the letters for Naix.
Where the hell is this coming from?
N.
Okay. N. Not that I know why.
A.
A. Angry. I.
Not
Incoming?
angry incoming xylophone?
X. Shingu River Ray.
Not that I know why. Angry incoming Shingu River Ray. The Shingu River Ray. Such a kind animal.
Angered by humans polluting waterways, I guess.
Okay. I don't know. Riku does seem to have something
Activate.
messed up in his head. Alrighty. Mental lock 1. Mental lock 2. There it is. I was supposed to say, can't even see it yet. And mental lock 3. It seems that Tokiko was threatening someone. By peeking into her mind's abyss, you might discover something.
This is such a quiet place. So empty and blank.
Maybe that's Tokiko's mental state. Pretty eccentric. Hopefully we can find something here.
Looks like we can only interact with that ripped up book.
Right. Let's investigate.
Okay, so hold on. Encode. So I'm gonna save. Then I want to go. You know, I like that. I like that they have a picture of who Somnium I'm in. I like that. Let's go back here. Now, let's go back here so I can get all that information that I missed. Oh, I need to actually hold it down. Okay. Oh, I could actually go back then too and like make sure I get that one too that I missed during the first bit. Okay, the Swedish
I'd like to
philosopher's
ask
claim.
you one thing. Beings that are far more intelligent and advanced than we humans. Do you believe a civilization of such beings exists anywhere in this world? And by this world, I mean all possible worlds in the entire universe, including those outside of our own.
Well, somewhere out there, probably.
I agree. Taking that into consideration, we're left with 3 possibilities. 1. Civilization hasn't reached a level of technology advanced enough to create a simulation that can't be distinguished from reality. 2. Civilization has reached a level of technology advanced enough to accomplish this, but it hasn't for some reason. 3. Civilization has reached that level of technology and has no strong reason not to use it. Therefore, they've proceeded with creating an intricate simulation. Which of these do you think is most likely?
Are you saying it's 3?
That is what a famous Swedish philosopher believed, at least. He further explains, that civilization must have run simulations millions or even trillions of times. In which case, it would make sense to believe our world would be included in one of those simulations.
You're saying it's far more likely that we're one of the countless simulated worlds, rather than a world that exists in the one and only reality. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Additionally, the simulation in the real world may be a simulation itself, kind of like a Maracrosha doll. Just so you know, I'm not saying I believe this simulation theory. Simulation theory isn't too credible because of this Maracrosha aspect.
I see. Then let us leave it at that.
Okay, now we're back to normal. Alright, okay then. I don't think that really, did that, like, include anything new for me? Sure. Doesn't look like it did, but... Tom wants to know about me? Then let's do this. I guess I didn't really check out this menu as,
Worried about school?
we live in a society.
Oh, really? Worried about work?
I'm, I didn't do this with Iba, so... It's tough. It's not,
I know
though,
you're
but...
working hard. Your regular hours, not overtime, is tough?
Not, honestly, I'll be honest, not really,
How about
but...
you move the clock at work by 1 hour? No one will notice.
Thanks. Mr. Date is really great investigator, don't you think? Thanks for the advice there, Tama. But yeah, okay, I guess I could just go on, like, either go back there myself or Nefarious Institute. Oh, okay. So yeah, so we'll do this and then we'll get to the next chapter and then we'll be on February 13th. I'm really liking this so far. I'm liking this how I think this is the case where the diverging path here is, since we said we don't know who it is, we're playing as Rukia or Ryuki. But if we went over here, we'd be playing as Mizuki. So I like that a lot. And we'd be going through her stuff where we'd have a section, a Somnium, another section, then a section, Somnium, another section, so on and so forth. I think there were, was it 7 days or was it like 6 days? I honestly can't remember how long the first game went, quote unquote, time-wise or day-wise. I know it was somewhat similar like this in a way where you had a section, then Somnium. I do like this flowchart a little bit better right now, and this also kind of makes me believe that there won't be so many diverging paths. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, say, after... Here, you know, let's... yeah, let's go back in here. Yeah. So let's go back in here, and I'll check out how the path is, because I don't think there's going to be diverging paths here. I don't feel like it is. I feel like diverging paths will happen much, much later in the game. Maybe the next one. I'd say the next one for sure could... There's a possibility of that one of having one, so... And I wouldn't be surprised if it did. So... Yeah, see, it doesn't look like there's any diverging paths here. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the next one did. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this part of Let's Play AI the Somnium Files, the nirvanA Initiative. In the next part, guys, we will do our next Somnium. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give that like button a click. And comment down below what you like about the video, didn't like about the video. And let me know, guys, what you think of all the, what do you think of this Naix thing? Like, this is where we started the video. We started the video after the Somnium, and we went to, like, a Naix thing. Naix is real, I guess. So, that's fun. So, yay. As always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And subscribe to my main channel, too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter, the RBG, Kim Kid Twitter, are in there, too. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I will see you all next time.